there friends, it's Ashley here from the Loopy Lamb and theloopylamb.com on behalf of Clover USA today to show you how to use the Wonder Knitter by Clover. Now this is a really handy little spool knitter. You might also be familiar with the name of French knitter, and so this creates I-cords and can be used in a variety of different little projects. It's also really great for kids. I myself have been teaching my 4- and 6-year-olds how to use this, and they've caught on to it quite quickly. So to follow along with today's tutorial, you'll need the Clover Wonder Knitter. I am using the yellow disc today, but as I show you, the techniques that I show you will be able to be used with the purple disc. And you'll need your loom pick, a pair of scissors, a worsted weight yarn of your preference and color, and an optional thing you can have on hand that I personally find handy when I'm using this is a tapestry needle. And this is the Clover Chibi bent tip tapestry needles. So let's get started. To begin knitting with your Clover Wonder Knitter, you're going to take the tail end of your yarn and feed it through the center of your Wonder Knitter. I like to grab the end of that yarn and pin it to the back with my hand that's holding on to the Wonder Knitter. So that way my first row goes a little easier, because if you're not holding that tail, it could pop up on you and unravel your work. So holding on to that tail, we're going to work in a clockwise motion. So we're going to come up to the right side of the peg that you want to work first, and we're going to wrap it around, move our plate clockwise, and wrap around the next peg. Move our plate clockwise and wrap around the next peg. This is called an E-wrap cast on. We're going to continue to do that all the way around until all of our pegs are wrapped. Now, a helpful hint is to make sure that all of your work is pushed down, so that way it makes it easier to knit your first round. So your yarn that is still attached to your yarn ball is referred to as the working yarn. So we're going to take our working yarn here and we're going to place it into that yarn feeder. And if you're like me, you may find it helpful to loosely hold that yarn between two of your fingers that are holding onto the Wonder Knitter to help maintain some of that tension. We're going to turn our plate, there we go, until we have the working yarn over top one of the loops that we created on our pegs. And we're going to use our loom tool to knit our bottom loop over that top working yarn. So we're going to take the tip and put it from top to bottom into the loop, pull that loop up and over the working yarn. And that's your first knit stitch. And we're going to rotate that plate clockwise with our thumb. That's why these handy little ridges are here, to make it easier for you to turn the plate. Then we're going to, once again, use our loom tool to go top to bottom to scoop up that loop and scoop it up over the top. And we're going to continue to do that around the loom here. You want to make sure that your first row is not too tight, or else you will struggle to scoop that loop over the top. So just something to be aware of, take caution of. Okay, so I've just finished my first row of knitting, and again, just pushing those loops down so they're all near the bottom of the peg will make knitting easier, because you always want to have your working yarn, let's move that so you can see it. You always want to have your working yarn to be above the loop that's already on the peg. Okay, and so we're just going to continue with picking that bottom loop up and over the working yarn until our project reaches the desired length or size. And so I'm going to continue knitting here, and I'll be right back and show you how to finish off your project and to remove it from your Wonder Knitter. So I have reached the desired size of my project here, and I'm wanting to cast off. Now, there are multiple ways that you can do this, but I'll show you the easiest way, which will cinch up the end of your project. It's called a drawstring close. And this is where that tapestry needle will come in handy. It's absolutely not necessary. It's just, for me, that's my preferred method. So I just thought I'd suggest that to anybody that might want to try it out and see if it's something that they prefer. So when you're wanting to finish off, you're going to need to cut your yarn and leave a tail. I like to leave at least 5 to 6 inches or more, depending on what I'm going to be doing with my project. Once I've cut my tail, you can keep that yarn in the yarn guide here, and you're going to want to have it as if you're going to have the yarn laying over the peg, just like you're going to knit it. Instead of going from top to bottom, this time you're going to go from bottom to top, and you're going to kind of flip your hands to pull that tail through the yarn, okay? And then you would move to the next peg, and you'll go from bottom to top and pull it through, okay? Now you would repeat that all the way around. Now, I personally find this method to be a little faster. I started my career actually as a loom knitter, so this is how I typically do it, is I'll take my tapestry needle, thread it through, and just work around. Now you can, once you get a little more practice, when you're pulling your needle through like this, you can actually just go ahead and pull that loop right up and over in one smooth motion, because you're going to be removing your project from the loom once you're done. What we're going to do now is, now that I've worked all my pegs, is I'm just going to remove the project from the loom by removing the loops from the pins. Now, one of the great things about the Little Wonder Knitter is that you can actually do a bunch of different things with it. You can do knit and purl stitches. You can have, instead of doing the cinching close, you can have an open close, because I've actually made little leg warmers for my Barbies, goodness, my 4-year-old's Barbies using this. And you can do flat panel knitting on this. Mind you, it would be small, but if you didn't want a tube, you could do flat panel. So lots of really cool things that you can do with the Wonder Knitter. So I've pulled my work off the loom, I've pulled my end closed, and that's it. My end is closed, and then I would just thread my yarn onto the tapestry needle and weave in my ends or sew it onto the project, whatever my plans were with this. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below and we'll be happy to help you. And if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to this channel. Thanks so much for watching, friends, and I'll see you next time.